Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth at both sides of the story. Thank you for your kind support. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers once again. And today we have a lot of updates on Miss Sonali Fogat and a lot of info on that. And we also have a lot of info regarding Vijay Deverakonda. He's desperately trying to save his face in the audience, and he's sort of trying to make up with that film, theater owner, and he said that he's he looked very apologetic and humble, so he was trying to save his face. We'll come to that. So you can take the first piece of news.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the first piece of news, that is Sonali Fogat. In this picture, we see a young Sonali Fogat with her beautiful daughter Vasundhara, or Yashodhara, I'm sorry, Yashodhara. And moving on to the next picture,
Yeah.
this is when she's in election mode. So apparently, this lady had a lot of guts and was a force to contend with. So easily, she would have built a lot of enemies. Now, in the Sonali Fogat death case, the latest is that the drug dealer has been arrested. 5 arrests in 2 cases so far. The police have so far interrogated more than 25 people, including the staff at the restaurant Curly's, the resort where Fogat was staying, and her driver. One more person has been arrested in connection with the alleged murder of actor and BJP leader Sonali Fogat in Goa. With this, 5 people have so far been arrested in the case. The drug dealer was arrested on Saturday night for allegedly supplying drugs to another dealer who is accused of supplying drugs to Ms. Fogat's associates. The owner of the restaurant where Fogat was seen partying the night before her death and a drug dealer were arrested on Saturday. The Haryana's BJP leaders' associates, Sudhir Sangwan and Sukhwinder Singh, who were arrested on Thursday, have been sent to 10 days in police custody. While Singh and Sangwan were charged with murder, the restaurant owner and drug dealer are charged under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. The police have so far interrogated more than 25 people, including the staff at the restaurant, the resort where Fogat was staying, the hospital where she was declared brought dead, and her driver. Sonali was forced to drink methamphetamine drugs, which is meth, by the accused at the famous restaurant cum nightclub Curly on Anjuna Beach on Monday. The police have said, citing security camera footage and confessions. She felt uneasy and could barely walk on her own after drinking it and was taken to the hotel, Grand Leone, by her associates where they were staying. She was taken to St. Anthony's Hospital only the next morning, where she was declared brought dead. Though her death was initially seen as a case of heart attack, a murder case was registered by Goa police after her family demanded a thorough probe and an intervention by Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. The Haryana government has said that it will write to Goa to seek handover of actor and BJP leader Sonali Fogat's murder case to the CBI. The announcement was made after Fogat's family met the Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar in Chandigarh. Now here, Jaydev, see what are the glaring things that you will notice in the cases that see. In SSR's case, nobody was arrested. In fact, it was the opposite. They tried to fudge the case and they tried to hide all the evidences, which was exactly the opposite. Look at how many arrests have been made and how many questioning. People, at least 25 people have been questioned, which means at least let us give the Goan police its
Yes.
due worth, because apparently the Chief Minister of Goa is active on this. What happened in the Sushant Singh case or the Disha case in Mumbai?
MBA was in power at that time.
Yes, MBA was in power, and all of them, that there are important people amongst them who are involved in the crime. So it was a huge cover-up. And another thing that I find very, very disturbing was that when the video shots of Sonali went viral, where she was seen forced to drink the drink and the drug, exactly after that, when she was being dragged by her assistant, you know. She was wearing shorts, a very, very cheap pair of shorts and a sari blouse. And this is not how Sonali has been dressing from what we've seen in her Instagram and other photos. This lady is a very elegantly dressed woman, and she comes from a good background. So, what were these people trying to prove by putting such clothes on her? Were they trying to show that she was a prostitute? So, they're trying to change the perception of this woman. Another thing that I noticed when the CCTV footage was on and this man was forcing her to take the drink, his eyes were directly on the CCTV camera, which means he wanted that recorded. Which also shows that they are the pawns. They have been guided to kill her and to say, and to declare that they are the murderers by someone powerful, who will ultimately, I'm just guessing now, put them in jail. They put in a sentence of a couple of years, and then they're brought out because of their power and money, and they are given a huge amount as reward. This is how they've been working. And this is how it is going to go unless it goes to CBI and CBI takes strong action against these people. Yes.
Yeah, so remains to be seen as to how this case will develop now in the future, and if if there's such thing as divine justice, I'm relying on the divine karma, which will hopefully maybe bring these bigger powers into sort of they'll bring the bigger powers behind this unfortunate incident into a limelight, and they'll be punished, hopefully due to the grace of divine justice. So, and in fact, she was a very, she aspired to be a very big political figure, and which must have threatened a lot of, the people,
People.
and she must
Exactly.
have made a lot of enemies in the process. So this is bigger than it seems and bigger than what mainstream media tells you. And I'm sure that it's these two people, her assistants, were just pawns, and her, I believe her assistant was, was mentioned as husband in one of the rented properties, and she was the wife in the
And
rented
he was
document.
also, yeah, he was also handling her ATM card and her finances. He was not
Yeah.
allowing her to meet everybody, and people from her family. They were restricting people from meeting her. So there's a lot of similarity between him and Riya Chakravarti, and the kind of modus operandi in these two cases. Now, N.R. Srinivasan says in SSR, the family never demanded anything, and more so MBA. But here, the brother was very adamant, and it seems he was the in the post-mortem room too. SSR sisters were not least bothered. Ma'am, Kohli is now selling depression theory to earn
Sympathy.
sympathy.
Hi, Nina.
Nina, good evening. Just joined, waiting for you. Thank you, Nina. Uh, Ujjwala, I'm
Yes.
1000%
Go
sure
ahead.
that this incident has under politics. Yes, in fact, some powerful ministers are connected to this. I believe her laptop and important papers from her farmhouse went missing. Chachi is inviting Junior NTR on 2nd September to grace the occasion of Brahmastra for the release of it on the 9th September. So, friends, let's all be on the boycott mode. Watching from
Hi,
New York,
Sonali.
good morning. Yeah,
Good
Puna
morning.
Day. Yeah, good morning and welcome.
So another interesting aspect of these mysterious, I mean these murders, is that a lot of the names start with the letter S. One of the viewers mentioned, like Sushant Singh Rajput starts with the letter S. Then you have Sunanda Pushkar starting with the letter S. Sonali Fogart starting with the letter S. So you have a lot of these, coincidence. I felt strange that all these names start with the letter S. So
Yeah. Tom and Jerry was saying, ma'am, it looks similar to SSR case. They have deliberately made videos and are circulating them to defame her.
hi,
Welcome.
Ujjwala.
The video of
Yeah,
Sonali walking with
Sridevi.
help was
Yeah,
extreme.
Sridevi also is starting with S.
Yeah. What that video of Sonali walking with help was extremely disturbing. The attempt to disgrace her. Yeah, they're trying to make
Yeah.
her look like a cheap prostitute, when she was actually very well dressed, a very elegant woman who used, try to match everything in her clothes, whether it was her earrings or a jewelry or a purse, very well dressed lady, and her daughter is a small, beautiful girl. So I don't know how these, they're so evil, to degrade a woman in such a manner. Meera says the difference between the SSR and Fogart case is that in the SSR case, the alleged criminals are linked to politicians or politicians themselves, whereas in Fogart case, she herself is a politician. Yes, perhaps Meera, she is privy to something that these people were scared of, and that she would expose, and perhaps they removed her because of that. Sharmila, she wasn't wearing shorts in the party. Exactly. So what happened? So these people are
Yeah.
deliberately trying to
One more,
humiliate, a
one
deputy.
more person with the letter is Siddharth Shukla.
Yeah. All people who died were from S.
Yes.
Sridevi, Sunanda, SSR, Sonali, Siddharth.
Siddharth. Yes.
Yeah. In SSR, the family never demanded anything, and more so MBA. But here, the brother was very adamant. Absolutely, Savitri. Uh, Underclothes for someone like her. Yes. Goa police are far more efficient than the Mumbai police. Welcome, Sharmila. Meth is a
Yes.
very potent drug, and a very large portion of it was given to her. I have one question. A day before, she was in black dress, dancing with these two men. Next day, all this happened. I heard she was dating his PA. And also, see, if she was force fed this drug at night, okay, then she would have suffered. And perhaps between the time she was force fed this liquid and the time she was taken to hospital, something terrible has happened. And perhaps this has also been taken on dark web, which is the modus operandi. So there are many things that these people would have done, and there are bigger people involved. Whether it was a gang rape, we really don't know. It's an alleged gang rape. Whether there was, it was to teach her a lesson. All these things would have happened during this time. Why, when she was so sick, was she not taken to the hospital immediately? She was taken only the next morning, and that too at 8 o'clock. She was so sick. The scene when she was being dragged was at 4 a.m. So it's very, very surprising.
Yeah, one more thing I want to point out is why did see if their intention was to assassinate her for her property, it was the most unprofessional job ever, right? Because how careless can
No,
you be? You
Jaydev.
go to a
No, no,
nightclub
no, no,
before.
no, Jaydev. See, no. In fact, that itself is a huge cover up. You see, what they wanted to show as the people who are involved in the murder and the complete process that they wanted to show the audience, like what they hid in the Siddharth case, here they showed it. You see, so this is to imply that these people are involved, and this is what happened. So this is something that the cabal wanted the people to know, for sure. How many more? Sridevi, Sunanda, Pushkar, Pratyusha,
Yes.
Disha, SSR. And you will also notice, Sharmila, that many of the people from Big Boss, many contestants have been killed in this manner. And they say that it is all natural. Welcome, sharing.
Welcome, Sherry.
Very disturbing that even women in positions of power are not safe. Yes, very sad and unfortunate. Watching from New York, good morning. Good morning, Punday. Yeah. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Onadai. Onadai Mohan. Yes. Chachi is inviting. Chachi is going to make him also flop. Okay. Moving on to the next piece of news.
Moving to the next piece of news. Is with regards to Subramania Swamy, and this is quite surprising that Subramania Swamy has come to the limelight again, and he has sent a legal notice to Akshay Kumar or Canadian Kumar for distorting facts, and this is with regards to Akshay Kumar's latest film Ram Setu, and Swamy remarked, Mumbai cinema walas have a habit of falsifying and misappropriation. Hence, to teach them intellectual property rights, I have through Satya Sabarwal ADV issued advocate issued legal notice to Akshay Kumar and his 8 actors for distorting Ram Setu's saga. It is amusing that the tweets with 0 to 25 followers are agitated at my sending a legal notice to this actor and cohorts for fabricating the Ram Setu sacred narrative. Sri Ram is Maryada Purushottam and Vishnu Avatar. Rama's love for Sita cannot be sullied to please the benefactors. Advocate Satya, in the legal notice, stated, my client in 2007 has successfully argued before the Supreme Court for the preservation and protection of the Ram Setu and had opposed the Setu Samudram ship channel project of the government of India, which envisaged rupturing the Ram Setu on August 31st, 2007. The Supreme Court was pleased to pass the stay order against any plan to demolish or damage the Ram Setu. This was on grounds that the faith and worship is a constitutional imperative. It has come to my client's knowledge that a movie named Ram Setu had been filmed and is set to be released. The court's proceedings are an integral part of saving the Ram Setu being demolished by the previous governments, and if the same is being picturized in the addressee's film, then my client has contributed in a film video the court proceedings initiated, and my client is bound to be recognized for the same with correct picturization of the original facts and the original petitioner's name used anywhere in the film. The notice also advised that in the event of any clarification with respect to any content of the movie, the filmmakers may seek assistance from Subramania Swamy for correct picturization in any frame or scene related to legal proceedings related to Ram Setu and share a copy of the final script, and also to invite my client to watch the film before release to check the picturization of the facts accurately. So this is quite news. Subramania Swamy again coming to the media, and this time, it is none other than Canadian Kumar. So, it seems that in this film that the pictures are again, distorted, right?
But he
The
has
fact
every
that,
right.
yeah,
He has every right, Jaydev, because if they have distorted facts, then it is all the more important that they should be shaken up.
yeah,
So it's a good move. It's a good move if it is done with the right purpose. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So let us just take a few comments. Rush
yes,
says, correct. Sharmila, she was wearing something like a long coat and dress while dancing. Sonali was probably blackmailed into all this before her tragic murder. Now, here's something very interesting that Ujwala has said. Minaji, I heard that her assistant did Vashikaran on her. So this is a lot of the times in Bollywood they do black magic. So this is something that people have been saying, and also there's another point where they say that in Big Boss, she said she told Raki Sawant that she was in love with this man, her assistant. But remember, friends, that see in Big Boss, everything is about faking. So that could just be a case of her faking something.
hi,
Shetty
Shetty.
says,
Dragon has been
Dragon has
renamed to
been named
Brahmastra.
Brahmastra to please Hindus. Okay.
And the funny thing is, Ranbir Kapoor, who was playing the lead role in Brahmastra, is proud of eating beef. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of memes in Twitter regarding that.
Yes. Yes.
I believe the laptop belonged to Sonali, says Tom and Jerry. Um, okay, fine. Evil Cabal ecosystem, says Anuradha.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it's a whole nexus of politicians, mafia, underworld, drug mafia, whatnot. So Siddharth Shukla is also letter S. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. Moving on to the next.
Yeah, moving to the next piece of news. Uh, this is with regards to again Akshay Kumar, and this time, after back-to-back flops for Akshay Kumar this year, he's made this film called Kutputli, and it has done better
Maybe known
than
as, I think, Jaydev, it's no, pronounced as Katputli because Katputli
Katputli.
means puppet. Yeah,
Okay,
in Hindi.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it has beaten. It has done better than all his previous flops, right? So according to that, actually, this film has
But
been
this is
released.
according to who? So we have to also check that.
According to certain trade experts and stuff, so Akshay Kumar's theatrical release, didn't have a rosy fate, as you know. Like he had back-to-back flops from Bachchan Pandey, Samrat Prithviraj, and Raksha Bandhan, all flopped back-to-back. Now, apparently, he has released this film, Kutputli, to OTT directly without a theatrical release. And Akshay Kumar has sold these rights to Disney Hotstar for 180 crore rupees. So, I mean, I still feel that Disney Hotstar, he has been taken for a ride for buying this film for 180 crore rupees. So, so this is big piece of news with regards to Akshay Kumar. He's scared of releasing this film in theaters, and now he's directly striking deals with OTT platforms to have direct OTT releases.
Yeah.
So this is thanks to all of the people, all the boycott Bollywood movement.
Yeah.
Again, now you have a major star in
In fact,
Bollywood.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, Jaidev, there are two more people with the name S who have died: Samir Sharma and Sandeep Nahar,
Yeah. So
according
what
to Play with
what's
Vihan.
the deal with this? Do you see some sort of strange coincidence or strange pattern with so many people dying with the initial S? So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
very eerie.
Sidhu
Sidhu also, Sidhu Moswala,
Musa.
yes.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
one more to the list. Um, Sonali Fogart must have become very inconvenient. Yes, this is one of the main reasons why she was eliminated. Hi Vidya, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. They're not shooting now. Instead, they are murdering them. Sonali murder conspiracy is like SSR says Maya. I'm shocked with the quantity in her blood. There was no chance for her survival, says Karthik.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm hopeful that Nupur Sharma is given a lot of Z plus security because even her life is in threat, after her
Yeah.
controversial
Here,
statement.
Nina. Yeah, here Nina Mittal, it was very sad to see her in shots. It was a pathetic sight. Here, one thing, also, I would like to add one more thing here is that, the woman could hardly walk. She was
Yeah.
being lifted. She was being lifted. So you can imagine what would have transpired, the beating and the drugs and the alleged rape. You can imagine what would have happened to her, that she could not walk. Her legs were wobbly, and then there was, some man was standing on her left side. She was trying to catch him. And then when she turned, she fell down on the ground. Then she could not get up. I don't know what these people are. Are they animals? Are they beasts? Are they devils?
No humanity.
Yeah. I feel she was blackmailed or some pressure on her. The Goa would go bankrupt if the nightclubs are closed.
Yes, Rajeshri. BJP governs Goa and still all the nonsense happens there. When we could blame MVA for what happened in Maharashtra, BJP also should be held
Absolutely.
responsible. Yes,
Yeah.
each and every political party should be held responsible. These murder could be for money, wealth, and power, says Maya. SRK giving 21 crores to Vijay Sethupathi while his fees is only 15 crores, 6 crore more than his usual fees, oiling him and buttering him to come to his movie so that Sethupathi can help him in career track. So, do you think that there'll be a cameo of Vijay Sethupathi in the film Pathan? Let's see.
He's trying to rope him in.
Yeah.
Welcome, True Indian. Every month somebody's murdered. Last month was KK. Property
Yes.
issue is just a red herring. They wanted to show her lifestyle. Sonali Fogart was being blackmailed by this creep. Maybe due to that, she was scared to reveal her state. Her daughter mentioned that mum used to be sad and worried. No credits to Goa police, please, as they were trying to cover up. But Sonali's brother and public didn't buy their stories. A viral video is showing how she was forced to drink. Yes. The list is endless. Great thing is the family immediately took action, asking questions, and also asked a videography of the postmortem. Murderers are learning from previous celebrities' murders. Vijay Sethupathi is Southern Cabal member. In fact, he is a converted Christian. They could have murdered her because she knew their dirty secrets and proof of
She
illegal
had
business.
information, I'm
Yes.
sure of that.
Where were the accused in the Fogart case on the 14th June 2020? We all know the top flat was occupied by several men. So here, I don't know what you mean by this.
Yeah,
She's involved in all illegal activities which her two associates did for her. She's also involved in pornography. Uh, I hope you can give us facts to that, Rage,
yeah.
because we cannot just make statements like that. Ram Setu needs no boycott. Swamy's sir itself is enough. And I can fathom how Neha Dupia has fleets of cars, all from BMW to Mercedes, amounting to crores. Which movie of hers was a hit? How come she is so well off? Bollywood is also not allowing talent in TV. They're taking over TV also. Who is involved? Yeah, so that's a statement that they made. I would like to find out how they know that. Good evening,
Hi,
Sunita.
Sunita.
We can't believe all that. There has to be proof. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Ram Setu is always a flop. Already with that Jacqueline Fernandez. The Akshay is a copycat. Is a copycat copies all great movies from South. His Katputli movie is a copy from Ratsasan of Vishnu. We shall watch it on YouTube. Neha Dupia is kind of jobless, busy making babies. Wonder from where the money is pouring. We need people like Swamy. Thank you, sir, and keep up the good work and keep teaching these brainless people. Boycott Katputli. Let Brahmastra boomerang to finish Bollywood once and for all. Kartik. They are claiming Katputli is a monster hit and made 100 crore in OTT. What
Yeah,
rubbish.
yeah. I don't believe that.
It's very sad. They did not even think of her daughter. If these guys who have done it must have done because of her money and property. No, Mabel, there's much more to this. Uh, Rat- Ratshasan itself was an overrated film. When she was dancing with any there, she's in, yes, they have forcibly changed her clothes. Actually, Ratshasan is an awesome movie, new concept, and this Akshay robs all this from South. But please ban Akshay, says Jeevan. Yeah, Jede?
Maybe Sonali got
Maybe.
trapped. She was very frank and hot tempered, says Savitri. Yes, she was trapped, unfortunately, and just like how SSR was trapped.
Here also, Savitri, one statement I'd like to make is that, see, when she's a single woman, she has to be strong. And sometimes strength is seen as arrogance. Yes. Big boss plus big drama is big lies.
So I have news for you, friends. Is that the next edition of Big Boss, Salman Khan will be the host, and the guest will be none other than Shehnaz Gill for the opening episode. So you can see that she's
Brahma,
not as innocent as a lot of people perceive her as. So Brahmastra itself will become Brahmastra for Bollywood, says Karthik. They should revisit Siddharth Shukla's heart attack. So I mean, it has to be done from the Siddharth Shukla's family side. So they have to take the initiative and you know maybe reopen the case. Boycott Big Boss and its anchor, says Benz. Um, Everything is scripted, Ojwala. Even each and every IPL match, each and every cricket match, everything is scripted. Even the Filmfare Award show, all these um, sort of, the Umang Award show, what kind of dialogue is to be asked to the audience, etc. Rakul Preet, Ajay Devgan's muse, and Nusrat Bharucha. Okay, now Canadian has come with Ajay's muse, Rakul. Now I guess Devgan will sign Nusrat, so they're both exchanging muses, but then. her body in video drinking tea is very different for now. How what she looks, and she was wearing full black clothes. As okay, okay, yeah. Next. Yes, so public is, public memory is good this time that even after 2 years after SSR is dead, that SSR was murdered, sorry, that people are, coming, together and boycotting films left and right. Look at Shehnaaz Gill getting movies. So, yeah, just like I said, like after, the unfortunate death of Siddharth Shukla, that why is she getting in so much of roles and importance, why before that she was
See,
a
yeah. So
non-entity.
another,
Yeah,
yeah, another thing is that, see, let her get roles, let her get whatever she wants. If she
yeah,
only stopped speaking in that stupid childish talk like ABCC or Baba Bakery, if she stopped using that tone, I mean, we wouldn't mind, you know, trying to act girlish and childish. Drishyam of
yeah.
Ajay Devgan also was a copy from the south. These bollies don't use their brains; they are copycats. Guys, please do your 2 cents to dig the grave for Brahmastra. Absolutely, yes. Who the hell is watching this horrid Buddha Aki? He looks yuck in dialogue delivery. He's pathetic. And can you imagine Savitri through the whole reel? We have to watch his gums. You know, that's the only thing that we remember after the movie. Exchanging muses. Hi, can you please confirm the performance of Iger? Getting contradictory reports. I hope it flopped. It has flopped. You don't need more assurance from us. Big Boss surely has targeted agenda to destroy Indian society. But I heard OTT is now not buying unless released in theatre first. Even after continuous flops, he'll continue making films and OTT stuff. Don't think he will be affected by the legal notices. Money speaks everywhere. Yes, flopped. Canadian Kumar should be renamed as Remake Kumar. My native is Kerala, and I'm surprised to see how even Hindus are fond of beef these days. Because of this, I only eat at vegetarian hotels. Ajay Devgan and Canadian Kumar exchange muses. I guess they both know who's signing whom. And as soon as one of them sign a girl, I think the other knows that he has signed her, means she will compromise. Siddharth is also S.
Hi, Sensible.
Welcome, Sensible. Shana signed a movie with John Nora and Ritesh produced by Bhushan Kumar. I hope everyone knows here that Bhushan Kumar asks in return. Veena Kumar, Kerala is Allah's own country. Hindus think they are very secular there. Tripura. With this S series, the two Salman and Shahrukh will be followed. What I feel is we should do everything in our capacity to crush these bodies. Each one is powerful, and we can bring a great
Yes,
difference.
Jeevan.
MDMA is a very strong drug. It makes you hallucinate and you lose full consciousness, which is
And
what
she was
happened to
forced to
her.
drink that. Yeah.
Sonali's daughter did not have food for 5 days and was only having water. You can imagine her state. Shehnaz has another film with John Abraham, which will release in 2023. The video was made to show her in bad light, but it has backfired, yes. Why does it have to take family pressure to get the police and the doctors perform autopsies to do a good job? Why are they so dismissive and eager to close the case? Only because of
Very good
mafia.
question from Blue Rose.
Yeah. The trauma of
Yeah.
a daughter, yes. They are monsters, yes. Next S is Gill. Yesterday, while coming home, the auto rickshaw driver who was M clearly said that there are plenty of fringe in Islam itself, and they're continually brainwashed to hate Hindus. He said he refuses. I don't want to say it's good, Sonali died, but I think that all these deaths make more and more people become more curious about these deaths and will stop watching Bollywood movies, hopefully. Yes. Sonali knew something, and only Hindus are targeted. Curly's manager, Edwin Noons, has been arrested along with a drug peddler whose name is not released. Why the secrecy for peddler? Absolutely. Anuradha, right. Animals are not evil like these devils. True, poor women couldn't even have been able to defend herself when these morons were raping her. Terrible, yes. Was it the KK's PM made public? I don't think. Mithu Singh, a channel, is exposing these Bollywood M's. He also found cutouts where this Ranbir Rishi admitted
Yes,
they love cow meat.
indeed.
Ah, yeah. Meera Kumar. First Ajay signs Rakul and then AK signs
Yeah, we are
Nusrat.
taking this.
Now
Yes,
both the
yeah.
girls are exchanged. I'm pleasantly stunned with the massive success of Boycott Bollywood. Great going, guys. Rakul Preet and Nusrat both were nothing before a few years back. Meenajan Jayadev, do you know where is the actress named Simran who was in Nambi Effect?
There is
She has
this
a
actress
sister, and
named
even
Simran. Yes,
she had a sister, and even she was murdered. But the news died off because she wasn't as famous as Simran. Even what I noticed about Simran in this movie, was that she's become very thin, Vidya. Central to maintaining power in this cult is the satanic activities. One is human sacrifice. AB new movie on Hindutva. Hope no conspiracy. हाँ बदान पता है कहाँ exchange होता है लड़कियां का. Guys, Brahmastra has to be boycotted to bring Karan Johar and Kabal to their knees. Please, everyone, support. Yes, very important. It's our golden chance. I think Dawood Kabal killing one by one before leaving India. Every month, deaths happening. Shahnaz Gill has already milked with fake tears for Siddharth Shukla. Shahnaz has used sympathy over SS and made most of it. The way KK's death and Sonali's seem the same. Yes. We want to know the whereabouts of these men on 14 June. Where the men in the flat above SSR? It's a very close pattern to the brutal murder of SSR, the killing gang. It takes training. Yes. Good morning, Lucille.
good
Very
morning.
proud of Bollywood, justice for SSR, and all the innocent souls that were taken. God bless your channel.
Thank you,
Thank you
Lucy.
so much. As in SSR case, all the staff in a house was also changed. I think as soon as someone signs a girl, the other one knows that so that girl will compromise, and I guess that is how it happens. Yes, the contract says that the girl has to sleep with the director, the actor, the cinematographer, lots of things like that. So that's how they make these girls prostitutes. Sonali had a very Muffat and true character. One can see that she was fiercely independent, and people can't stand that. One of the channels compared Sonali's death to SSR's death. Suk is compared to Riya, saying, just like Riya, she was planned, he gained control. So this is the same thing we are saying, Maya. Even her mobile laptop was with him, no contact with family. It is the
Family, yes.
same modus operandi, Maya. Recently, SSR's flat was open to people to take a look for purchase. The question is, why isn't the place sealed completely? Because investigation is still
Because
going on.
MVM was in power at that time, and Paramveer Singh was the one
Yeah,
in charge.
yeah. Welcome, Purna.
Hi, Pune.
Next, all S from Gutterwood will meet the same fate. This man in KK's final video and the bald man with Sonali. Oh,
Bald man, not the bold man.
yeah, bald. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Sonali was spared because Ali Gone is in Big Boss. Shanaz is going places immediately after Siddharth's death, says Veena. Sana is very smart, but Karma will catch up. She will also be trapped somewhere. I believe the heart attacks are caused and planned. No justice for Siddharth, not even acknowledgement of his murder. There are a lot of savage and hunting humans like animal movies in Hollywood. Example, Predator. Maybe this cabal is doing this murder and showing, say, yes, absolutely, Ujwala, on dark web and simultaneously earning money as well. This is what is happening. And, dark web has become an important part of people's lives. Raga. Was the lady in the picture videoed Sonali? You mean from the backside? Because the family is not interested. I don't think so. Boycott Shahnaz too. She'll get exposed. The toilet room are still open in Goa. They killed her in a room. I hope the disaster of Liger ends the career of chunky, stupid
I
doctor.
mean, Karthik, as long as Karan Johar is there, he will make sure that she gets some sort of role in his bullshit films. So she's here to stay, unfortunately, for some time. KRK is saying Sonali Phogat death happened because of a extramarital affair, and her death linked with her husband's death. Says this is KRK's take on this incident. So I mean, I still believe that there are very powerful people in the political circle who didn't want her rise, so they wanted her out of the scene. Liger gets the worst ever review in IMDb, says Karthik. Yeah,
So
so
let us move
Vijay,
on to
yeah, Vijay took a
the
very
next
big
piece, Vinod.
gamble. Yeah.
Yeah,
So next is Alia Bhatt, and as you know that she had a reaction with regards to the boycott Bollywood movement, and her movie Brahmastra is coming very soon with Ranbir Kapoor, and she remarked that if you don't like me, you don't watch me. So this is what she
yeah.
stated.
Let her dream become her wish become true. Let us all boycott it.
And now, like, there was one article in which they say that Alia Bhatt's loyal fans grew all defensive and started trending "We love Alia Bhatt" to counter the boycott Bollywood movement. So I still feel that there's no loyal fans, and it must be the PR, hiring a lot of bots to, drop positive comments about her at this time. Yeah, this is for you.
Yeah. And please do analysis on Sarah Sushant's farmhouse cigarette video. Where is more mystery? How come Sarah is looking into the camera and smiling? SSR was unaware. So who is shooting that video? Sarah also planted. Yes, these people are all a part of it, Joshi. See, whether you talk, I think there was another woman also in that scene when they had gone to that island to smoke cigarettes. So Rajiv Bhatia is Canadian citizen. Why take non-India Indian in Indian movie? My heart goes out to Sonali's daughter. She's orphaned now. Keki was also struggling to climb the stairs and use the rails for support. And the bold man is watching with his hands folded back, like the other man in the Sonali's video. Yes,
Yeah, you can take the next one.
yeah. Yeah. So now let's talk about Anaconda. Oh, sorry, about Vijay Deverakonda. A portal track Tollywood has said that Vijay Deverakonda cried after watching Liger at Sudarshan Cinema in Hyderabad. It seems he was disappointed with the final product. The not so encouraging comments from the crowd also dampened his mood. He has one more movie coming up with Puri Jagannath. The two met. We are talking now about Ananya Pandey. The two Ananya and Vijay met Vijay's mum in Hyderabad. If you could show the visuals, yes. No, the earlier one, yes, yeah. So the both of them met Vijay's mother. She kept a puja for them. Some started saying that it looked improper that the stars were sitting while the priests stayed standing, were standing. This picture of him standing with his feet up in a press conference, we show him the next picture, also got him a lot of bad press. It seems a journo said he was nervous about talking to him. But then Vijay said, "Let us chat informally." This led him to being brutally trolled. We can move on to the next picture. The video where Manoj Desai called Liger star Vijay Deverakonda Anaconda and arrogant went viral. And how? Later, he met the theatre owner and cleared all the misunderstanding. Here's a picture of him touching the feet of Desai here. So everybody now knows that see Vijay has cut a very poor figure in front of public. When Vijay met this Mumbai exhibitor Manoj Desai, he expressed regret about his recent comments about the boycott OTT issue, which he says were allegedly taken out of context. He'll be promoting Liger in Dubai as well. After meeting Vijay, Manoj was all praised for the actor, and he said, "He's really very nice guy, down to earth. I'll keep loving him always. He has got a bright future, and I promise hereby I will take all his pictures. I wish him all the best." So that's a strange one, actually coming from Vijay's stable.
So it
Moving on to
seems
the
to me
next.
that Vijay Deverakonda is embarrassed, he's nervous, and clearly he is, worried about his future because after Liger underperformed at the box office, he is sort of very concerned about his future, and he must be thinking to himself that did he do the right move by aligning with Bollywood, and especially with characters like Karan Johar.
Yeah.
So this is a lesson for other South Indian film stars who will maybe try to act in Bollywood. Yeah, total boycott Urdu and yes. So I mean, people have awoken after SSR uh, was murdered. So now let's see how Brahmastra performs. All drama, yeah. Hi Himani, why are most of the Big Boss participants dying? Yes, what's going on here? Then they write tearful obituaries for them. Yes, from Siddharth Shukla to now Sonali Fuga. So there seems to be pattern. How can everyone die of heart attack, right? So imagine Bollywood going to this level. Paki bots have been released mock photos of ladies supporting the SSR case, photos of families of gems of Bollywood. Okay, Sanjay Niwar and Supriya Goyal. Oh, okay, so you can see that Pakistani bots. So you can see how deep the connection is between these our neighboring country and Bollywood, right? Pooja Hegde, okay, is heavily okay into drug and she's passed around. Okay, okay, that's news. Shenaz is very cunning. She uses people. Suddenly, she becomes very close to. Yeah, she knows how to pull the strings. She knows how to catch the right people. In the Bollywood film industry to become successful, right? So she knows all those things. I somehow feel Tollywood hanged up with Kejo to spoil Vijay's career. Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, but Vijay is also very shrewd and he's cunning also. So he played around and he had to face the music now. Um, Anaconda, the 90s film was far more entertaining than Vijay. Okay, that's
Let's
hilarious.
go to the next. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you can
So,
take
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so here the madrasas linked to Al Qaeda and about ABT terror operatives have been demolished in Assam. They were constructed illegally on government land. So in Assam, a lot of very good steps are being taken. Amitwa Sinha, the Bapeta SP, confirmed that the madrasa was illegally constructed on government land, and there is a link between the arrested two clerics and the madrasa. On Monday, August 29th, the district administration and police in the Barpeta district in Assam demolished a madrasa run by Maulvis Akbar Ali and his brother Abdul Karam Azad, arrested for their links with Bangladeshi based terror outfit Al Qaeda Indian subcontinent and Ansarullah Bangla team. The madrasa named Sheikhul Hind Mahmudul Hassan Jaimul Huda Islamic Academy, against which the action was taken, was located at Dhaka Liapura in the Barpeta district of Assam and said to be illegally constructed on government land. The administration demolished the illegal structure under the Disaster Management Act. The Assam police had reportedly detained Akbar Ali and his brother Abdul Kalam Azad from a house in the Sorbog area of the district on Saturday night. Following their interrogation overnight, they were arrested on Sunday. Moving on to the next piece of news, Shah Rukh Hussain burnt a Hindu girl, Ankita, alive. And uh, look at what India Today has said. India Today has changed its name to Abhishek without any explanation or justification provided by this fake news India Today. What they have done is change the name from Shah Rukh Hussain to Abhishek. Dumka in Jharkhand witnessed one of the most brutal murders recently when accused Shahrukh Hussain burnt Ankita alive because she refused his advances. Shahrukh poured petrol on her through an open window while she was asleep and then set her on fire, resulting in her death later in the hospital. While people across the country were shocked by the heinous crime and are demanding the strictest possible punishment for Shahrukh, the India Today group seems to be more concerned about protecting Shahrukh's identity. Following his arrest, Shahrukh was seen shamelessly smiling in police custody without any remorse on his face. While reporting on that incident, the media group decided to change the accused names from Shahrukh to Abhishek. The name Abhishek was repeatedly used in the report, and it was nowhere even mentioned that they have changed the name for whatever reasons might be. However, people online were quick to notice the change of the accused name from Shahrukh to Abhishek and questioned India Today's motivation to do the same. No explanation or justification was provided by India Today after the report. In other news,
So
Farooq
I would like to
Abdullah.
add, I would like to add my comment with regards to India today. So I think unless Adani again saves some funds and he purchases a big stake of India today, then only I guess India today will maybe change its narrative. So
Yeah, yeah. In another piece of news, Farooq Abdullah runs away from Times Now interview with Navika Kumar when asked about the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus. He accuses her of bias. Farooq Abdullah added that journalist Navika Kumar, who's also the Times group editor, was deliberately trying to poke him in the interview. On Saturday, former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, current Lok Sabha member for Srinagar, Farooq Abdullah lost his cool when he was questioned over the exodus of Kashmiri Hindus from the valley in 1990. He walked out of an exclusive a conversation with Times Now where journalist Navika Kumar confronted him over the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus. Don't talk to Farooq Abdullah like this, I plead. I'll walk off the interview if you continue to ask me questions related to the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus, he said during his interview. He added that journalist Kumar, who is also the Times Group editor, was deliberately trying to poke him over the issue. आप जख्मों को उखाड़ रही है. You are pricking the old wounds, he said in the middle of the interview. Abdullah also accused her of being biased in her profession for asking him such questions. He said that she was questioning as if she was a representative of BJP. Expressing concern for Kashmiri Hindus who were killed in 1990 and those who were forced to leave the valley, the former CM said that all those Hindus were like their brothers. Hindus were our brothers, not our enemies. We have lived together and died together, he said. Further, when Navika asked him about the murder of Kashmiri Hindus, including Justice Neelkant Ganju, Tikalal Taplu, and journalist Premnath Bhatt, who were killed, when Abdullah was in power in Kashmir, he started questioning the intent of the interview. He accused the lady journalist of being biased and threw the mic and walked away from the conversation. The video of the incident went viral over social media, with many condemning the former chief minister's act. And they said that Aditya Raj Kaul, a journalist, said Farooq Abdullah runs away from this interview when senior editor rightly asks him on 1989 Kashmiri Hindu genocide under his watch. This is how he ran away in 1990 and let JKLF kill Kashmiri Pandits without any effort to rescue minority Hindus, he said.
yeah, there's an interesting comment by Shweta Mimani, and she says that some wrestler girl, Fogat, also died, who acted as Ami's daughter in Dangal film. Are these both deaths also related? So there you have another, death, another
Yes, I remember.
suspicious. Yeah,
Yeah.
Farooq called Navika BJP before going off air or refusing to her pointed questions. He flustered and clearly
Yeah,
showed his
really.
guilt. Yes, Maya. Ankita's burning was gruesome. He snuck in at night through her window to douse her, and yeah, that
Kerosene
was.
and set her on fire.
So the
Outrageous.
laws have to be very strict, Himani. Otherwise, these people will keep smiling after doing all these horrible things. So in Sonali Fogat case, the investigation progress is good. Also, lots of raids conducted in Goa to catch the drugs racket. I'm sure that Diwali this year, the Bollywood um, films will also flop, says Chirantan. And I also hope that the Haryana police gives full cooperation to the Goan police, because their cooperation is also highly needed for solving this case. And
The chief minister is being very cooperative, so that's what I think we should expect that as well.
yeah, so the problem is Hindu considers them. Okay, yeah, Muhammad is okay, yeah, fine.
Okay, let's take some more comments.
Bollywood actors have no moral spirit. The aim is to make such mullah. You can shamelessly how you make it. It is not important, but make it. So it's all about money making
Money.
opportunity, right? Like, so at any cost. Sarah is way too cheap. She just wants to date everyone, says Smriti, especially outsiders, and make their life hell. SSR Karthik. Now she wants to date Vijay. She said on Coffee with Karan. So Smriti, if you see Coffee with Karan, you just observe all the guests that Karan invites for his Coffee with Karan show. So you can understand who the cabal members are, right? Like, he will only invite people who he is comfortable with. These people don't leave girls in peace in their respective homes. What audacity to burn the girl in a home, says. So yeah. So unless the laws are tightened and very, the punishment is very, harsh, then people continue doing all these things. Yeah. By the way, Ajay Devgan's line they say is "A tu deti heck yeah."
Heck
This was
yeah.
a blind item, and this came out in the open when Radhika Apte was to sign the movie, and then and when he used this, she chicken out. Okay, these people don't leave. Yeah, that's yeah. Uh, Parents naming their kids after Shahrukh, wanting the child to be success, but turns out to be a monster, which could be very well the real nature of the original.
The original.
Very sad. Yes, Runa, welcome. After a long time, we are seeing you, and hope you're fine. Bollywood and drugs are directly or indirectly responsible for such cases. Best to stay away from such an uncultured industries and boycott Big Boss, says Runa Roy. Yes, and I'm sure that you must have, seen the sad case of Sonali Fogat. Prabhakar Sale and Siddharth Shukla's case seems to be suspicious now. Yes, so unless their family members, come out and ask them, come out in, the mainstream media channel at least, and voice their concerns that they want an investigation to reopen these cases, it'll stay buried. So that's the truth.
Yeah. With this comment, I think we can wind this show, Jaydev. So thank you,
Yeah, and
viewers, for your useful comments, suggestions. We see you tomorrow, as usual.
make sure to hit
Goodbye.
the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Yeah. Uh, Good night.